Hey up, how you doing? Are you alright? So you're joining me today a day before a brew day. You don't normally get to see this. I normally start videoing on like the sparge or when I've mashed in or something like that, don't I? But today, I'm bringing you along for my setup. I'm going to show you how I do it. We're going to build a recipe together. We're going to get the stuff ready. Treat the water. It's exciting. Hey, welcome. Come on in. See how we do it. So today, I haven't even decided exactly what I'm brewing. You'll hear that early. So welcome. The sun's just come out. It is a weekend. And tomorrow is a brew day. The only thing for sure I know is what hops I'm going to use. Let me show you. So these are, look. Can you see? Can you see? I've got some Tropical England hops from crossmylooof, 225 grams. I feel this, I may have purchased these on an offer while I was buying some other things, and I think I may have had a few scoops, to be fair. But this looks interesting. They are English hops, and it consists of a mixture of Jester, Olicana, Mystic, Archer, and Harlequin. So we're going to base it around, obviously it's going to be a lightish beer, isn't it? I don't know whether I'm doing a pale ale or a IPA. I might go with pale because I don't want much bitterness. I was going to do a Nipah, but I didn't want it really strong. So I'm going to go for a hoppier pale, I think. I think that's my plan. My plan is to... I'm going to chuck it in the book. I'm not going to put it in Brewfather because I've got to be honest with you, I can't be bothered. I know I should. I know, make use of it. It'll tell you all your stuff, but I just can't be bothered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what malts I've got, have a peruse of Brewfather and just pop a pale together. Although, to be fair, I've got a reasonable pale recipe that I do and I like. I just might add some carapils to it. Anyway, I'm going to go and think about that. And then I'm going to bring you back, pop you on the gimbal, maybe, and we'll get some water together. We'll weigh the grains out. We'll flush the brewing system and set it up near the door ready. Hey, you're going to be with me all the way. I know, I can see the excitement on your face through the camera lens. I just thought it'd be something a bit different. You don't normally see this. I thought it'd just be nice to get together a bit earlier. I fancied having a bit of a chat, bit of company. It's a bit of company, isn't it, while I'm doing it? I'm normally on my own in here. You know, it'll be nice to have you with me. Keep me company. Yeah, we can have a chat, can't we? Have a bit of a chat, see what's going on as well. Let me go and see what grains I've got. Let me write down a recipe, and I'll see you back in a momento. Right then, let's start with the water. We're going to collect 40 litres of fine Lincolnshire tap water. Let's speed it up. Water collected. Now we're going to get our box of tricks out. What we got in here then? Crowd flock. What we're looking for? We're looking for a couple of Camden tablets, chlorine and chloramine. Let's get rid of that nasty tasting horrible stuff. Now I know you can pop this in the boil or whatever, can't you? I like to crush this, add it to my water the night before. I think they say you could actually pull your water out the tap into a pot, into a bucket, and just leave it overnight, and apparently it's supposed to disperse. I'm just not convinced. I like to be a bit belts and the braces. So, can you see? Let's move you across. Water there. Camden tablet. Some of these you can crush in your hand. That one you could. But some you can't. Varies. Dropped a bit there. Let's have that in, shall we? See if we can crush this one in our fingers. See, that one you can't. And if I've mixed two batches here, it's a possibility. Oh no, that's quite soft actually. Right, lovely job. What we're going to do is get the plastic mash paddle, give them a bit of a stir up. Lovely job. Going to grab two lids and we're going to loosely just put them like that, leave that overnight. Simple as. Now I'm going to get my grains out. I'll get them out because you don't want to see, you know, pretty sure you don't want to watch me just searching through boxes, do you? Because I label them, I label my boxes, I have sealed containers. Look. Then I pop a label on top. There probably is some in there, Crystal. But you can guarantee I'll pull another box open and it will be the wrong one. I mix them all up. I don't put them back properly. I'm a bleeding nightmare. Let me get out what I need and I'll show you. Right then, I think I forgot to put my mic on in that last segment. This is going to be a disaster. I've just got new mics and yeah, I just keep forgetting. I normally just plug the other one in, but I've got to turn these on. Right, 4.5 kgs of finest Marisota. Nearly out. 4. Swap. This one's too big. Makes a mess of my driveway. 4.5 kgs. Right, what we got next? Yeah. Crystal, 100 grams of crystal. Crystal light. Light crystal, reset. Reset, reset. 50 grams of jumbo oat flakes. And then 100 grams of carapils. I haven't written that down yet. Job done. Seal these bags up and I'll be back to you. Right, grains are weighed out. 4.5 kgs of Marisota, 100 grams of crystal, 50 grams of flaked barley and 100 grams of carapils. I haven't written down, need to do that. We're going to work out the hop schedule tomorrow as we go along. Water's treated. I've just rinsed out. That had a really good clean. I've got a new CIP cleaning place to go on here. So that's had a really good clean last time I brewed. And I've just rinsed it out. I had a bit of a panic because the pump wasn't working. And then I put in this bit here, I put a hose in it. It normally flushes it back, just frees it off and lets it go again, saves me taking it apart. But it was working. I hadn't turned the plug on the other end and I hadn't noticed the panel one lit up. I'm a right muppet, I'll tell you. I was like, oh God, no, it's all right. It's all good. It's all good. User rookie error. So yes, we will do water treatment in the morning. We will do hop schedule in the morning. You get plenty of time while everything's warming up and the mash is going on. You've got time to, there's not going to be any bittering hops, definitely not. It's going to be late editions. We're going to try and make it light and bright and sparkly and beautiful and hoppy. That's what we're going to do. I've got my Sen Protoflock out. And we will choose the yeast in the morning. I've got a few crossmylooof yeast to choose from actually. Might have a look through them and I'll bring that back to you in the morning. Trouble is now, I was going to do a come with me on a setup and do it as a separate video, but I'm this is the start of the grain to glass, I think, to be fair. I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'm going to go get myself a cheeky beer. The house has been full of kids all weekend, sleepover. They've just gone to the park. Martha, it'll be about tea time on a Sunday when Martha gets back and she can do her homework, have a shower, have a nice Sunday roast, even though it's been a boiling day today. It's been hot. The sun's just gone in. I was just going to do a video that was relevant outside, but I don't know if it'll work now. Anyway, hey ho, doesn't matter. I digress. I'm excited. Again, Monday, tomorrow, day off. It's the only day off I've got this week. And I've decided to pop it into a brew day. My wife is on some online training at home all week. So I'll get out of the way, get myself in here. I haven't looked at the weather. I'm hoping it's going to be nice and sunny. And it's going to be a lovely day for a brew. I'm excited about this. An English high hopped pale ale with no oxygen anywhere. This may be my, you see, I've been thinking about this, and I think in my head, I've been too scared. Well, I've been too scared to brew a NEPA. It's a lot of hops. Those hops that I've just bought was a really good price, and there's quite a few of them. It's English, I'm patriotic, and I'm going to chuck a few in this. It's going to be like a step to a NEPA, I think. Subconsciously, I think this is what's happening in my brewing. Really want to do a NEPA. I can't chuck myself straight in it. I'm too scared, I've got to be honest. But I think this is a stepping stone to using a few more hops. Try and make it light and bright. See if I can do that. If I get a muddy, brown, horrible thing, I'm going to be gutted. I'm going to do my best. I think I might have to pop out and get a CO2 bottle tomorrow. It's just up the road. I rang them last week, middle of the week. They've got a couple of that size in stock. It's a welding company, so I'm guessing they don't sell loads of food grade CO2s. Last time I had to order it in, so I'm really pleased they have them in stock now. And like I say, I'm sure there isn't. It's hobby weld, but it's an agricultural company that does the hobby weld gases. I guess all the welding, but that maybe because I've had a CO2, food grade CO2 off them, they've maybe decided to keep some in stock for me, which is fantastic. If I can nip 10 minutes up the road to get a gas bottle, that's made my life so much. It'll just chill me out a bit, because normally I had to wait like 5 days to get one in. I never know how much is in there. I keep weighing it and all that, but it's not that accurate, I don't think. And I worry about running out, and I think I probably take it back with too much in it maybe, but this time I can actually run it as low. I think it's going. So yeah, that'll be nice. I mean, that'll be a luxury for me. 10 minutes up the road, pick a CO2 bottle. I mean, you guys, I'm in rural Lincolnshire. There just isn't anywhere around here. That's just how it is. And that has been the biggest bane. Also, weighing my grains out, I figured out I'm nearly out of Maris Otter. I didn't notice that. I did a Brew Bros kit, and I've done a couple of brews recently from that, and I have it in 2 boxes. I thought the other tub was full, but it wasn't. It's empty. So I've only got enough for one more brew. So I need to get some ordered. I don't know how much. I haven't bought I bought a couple of bags together, not like beginning of last year maybe, and I don't know how much they're going to be. I'm going to go on the internet. I'm going to grab myself a beer. I'm going to go out on the internet and see how much they are at the moment and get one I am ordered. Probably middle of the week, because I'm on nights this week and I don't want it coming. It wakes me up. I don't order anything when I'm on nights. I want to be in bed. I need my beauty sleep. I'm getting a bit on now. I need sleep if I'm on nights. Anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey up, how you doing? You're right. Welcome back. It is the next morning. We have mashed in. We've sparged. And now we're just waiting for the boil. Cleaning some kegs. Let me just turn that off. That might be a bit noisy. So we decided on a hop schedule. We're going to do 50 grams last 10 minutes, and we're going to do 100 gram dry hop through the hop bong. Just check my pH. We're bob on. I'd put just a dribble of lactic acid in, and yeah, away we go. Sun's been shining brightly this morning. Just gone in as I pressed record. Can't write it, can you? So, yeast Rooney, what yeast are we going to use? I've decided on some crossmylooof PIA. It says suitable to brew pale ale with a good hop profile. Up to 9%, 23 litres. I'm going to ferment at 19 degrees C, and I'm going to ferment under 15 psi of pressure. I think we're about right. get this boiled, get the hops in, get it in the fermenter and let it do its stuff. Hopefully we'll be back with a lovely yummy pint in our hand. See you in a bit. There you go, I told you it was sunny. Look, beautiful now. It's lovely. Kegs are clean, lovely. The boil is nearly reached. It's a good day, a good day. Hey up, how you doing? Are you alright? The beer is ready to drink. And there she is in the glass, ladies and gentlemen. So she's light in colour. A bit hazy, but like I say, the hops, as I changed on the video, it was going to be 100 grams. Was it 175 grams? Yes, so we dry hopped with 175 grams instead of 100 grams. In the end, at 14 degrees C, under pressure, for 4 days. Now, just having this close to me is absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to address, I have a cap on for one reason and one reason only. I've turned into a teenager. I'm going backwards. I've got a spot there, look. I've got spots on my forehead, so I'm covering her up and hiding her. And should we just talk about the CO2 bottle? So I was saying in the video, wasn't I, that they said they've got some in stock. The place that I got it from originally, through Hobby World, it's called Hobby Brew now as well. So the brew bit's a Hobby Brew. And so I spoke to somebody on the phone. It's an agricultural place. And then when I rang them to go pick one up that day, 2 weeks later, they said we don't keep them in stock. It's a 2-week lead. Brilliant. That ain't what I need to hear. Because I'd ran it basically out thinking I could just nip up the road and fetch one. I think he could probably hear the disappointment in my voice. And he rang me back. He says, give me your number. I'll ring the manufacturers and I'll see how long it's going to be. He rang me back about 15 minutes later and he says, I found you one 15 minutes from you. So it was a different place. I didn't know you could go to different places, but if you've got a Hobby Brew or a Hobby Weld gas bottle, it doesn't matter where you pick another one up from. 15 minutes up the road from me, I went, found this. It was a car garage. I walked into reception and there was bottles at the front of every sort of welding and CO2 and it's just he stocked them all. He says, I've got an abundance of CO2 bottles, my friend. He says, I've always got loads in stock. You don't have to order them in from me. I'm like, you kidding me? Okay, so it's 70 or 80 quid for a start and then it's 35 quid a refill. I know 35 quid isn't the cheapest, but I've got to say, I use one every 18 months. I reckon that's a decent deal. So I can go, and the guy was amazing. He gave me his card, that he was a bloke who owned it, and he said to me, because he lives on the premises, he said, if you are struggling out of hours, Sunday or at night, give me a bell on that mobile number, and if I'm at home, I will open up and sell you a bottle. He says, I'm always happy to take your money. But what service is that? Things have proper changed for me. This is a game changer for me. Absolute game changer. If I can just nip at any point and pick a bottle up, he says, I'm always having them in stock. I'm never not going to have them in stock. I will always have bottles of food grade CO2 for you. Ah, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, this, just in proximity to me, smells like a massive, great big, huge, ginormous fruit bowl. Amazing. Yeah. So, it's got a nice head. It's a lovely colour. It's a bit hazy. I haven't cleared it with anything. It is what it is. Yes. So these are all Charles Ferram hops as far as I'm aware. Should we just remind ourselves what's in it? So we've got, so that's it. It's from Crossmylooof. We've got some Jester, some Alicana, some Mystic, some Archer, some Harlequin. Like I said at the start, this was a bit of a gamble because I think I'd had a couple of scoops and I bought them in a bit of a deal. Yeah, decent. I was not... See, I didn't know what to expect. And I still don't know if I do. Anyway, let's have a couple of slurps. Nice bit of lacing on the glass. Like I say, the smell, super fruity. There's not too much bitterness, but there is some... You can sort of get a bit of bitterness through those hops, can't you, to be fair? It can be... I get a bit confused with that, I've got to be honest. It's got a lovely light to airing on medium mouthfeel. Bold statement, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for a bit of a bold statement? That may be the hoppiest, most beautiful fruity beer, I think, maybe, I've ever brewed. And I think, probably, to be fair, it's the most hops I have ever put in a beer. What we got? Should have... I'm blown away by this. I'm absolutely blown away. Oh my God. I wish I could remember how much these hops were. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, after I finish doing this, in the edit, I will find out and I will put it here. Because I don't... It might be the price that they are now, yeah? I can't remember whether I got them on a deal or not. I bought a few things at once. Anyway, this is how much they are now if you want to go and get these. And use them all in a 23 litre batch. Following my recipe, I'll tell you what, I'm blown away. It's got a beautiful creaminess to it. So one of them hops is giving me like a bit of a Idaho 7 creaminess. That's what I get from it. Thing is, it's got everything. It's got the mango, it's got the passion fruit, it's got the watermelon, it's got some lime and grapefruit, and it's just got all those lovely fruit bowl flavours. All UK English grown hops. How fantastic, eh? Isn't that absolutely incredibly amazing? Crossmylooof Tropical English Mix. And I'm pretty sure from Charles Fram. Tropical England. I tell you what, that is not missold, that is tropical. And like I say, I can't pick, it's just got so many fruity flavours. What am I getting the most of? Definitely some mango, definitely some citrus. A little bit of pineapple. There's just so much going on there. But there's quite a few hops in there. I guess I was going to struggle to get that clear, wasn't I? Cold crashed it. I am sort of blown away with that. It's amazing. It's not just because I've brewed it. Everything's balancing. I tell you what, like I say, I've got away with that bitterness. The colour. You know, when I was brewing it with all them hops, I've never brewed with that many hops before, like I've said, and I was worried about ending up brown and oxidised, and I was I mean, under pressure, hot bong, closed transfer loop. I should have got away with it, wouldn't I? But I've just not done it before, and it just makes me a little bit... I've talked about this. This is why I've not brewed a New England IPA. Loads of people generally always brew lots of New England IPAs. And they don't seem to make a big thing about it, do they? But like I've said, it's risky. I find it risky. Lots of hops, spending the money, and it could easily go wrong. Have I got my process right? Ready for one? I see crossmylooof do a NEPA mix, or do I follow a recipe? I've got a few brews coming up. Pardon me. There's carbonation in there somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. this glass does not always help. I think it is nucleated, but I love it. But that, I can't tell you. I know I'm going on, but I'm blown away. Fruitiness. It just smells absolutely incredible. And the taste, it's right on the taste as well. I've started breathing in when I'm drinking a bit. I don't know. Gulp it down. I'm not kidding. I cannot get enough of this stuff. I need to think ahead and get something similar going, because this is going to kick. Well, it's not yet, because I've just started it. But it is not going to last long. I don't even know how to properly describe it. I mean, it's not big and chewy. Don't get me wrong. It's not big, you know, like a tropical New England IPA. It's got that really thick oats. It's the oats. I haven't put any. This is just like it's a really hoppy pale ale, which is what it is, isn't it? That's what it is. Lovely mouthfeel. Carbonation's making me burp. It's enough to pop it around your mouth. Super fruitiness, fruit bowl. Lovely fruit bowl of flavours also. And you get... I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm very good at this when it gets all a bit technical. You know when there's loads and loads of flavours going around, I get a bit lost, I've got to be honest. And I've never professed to be I'm not a great beer reviewer or anything. I like brewing beer and I love drinking beer. And side hobby is, I love doing videos and editing them, so that's what I do. But don't think that I'm an expert, because I would never profess to ever be. This is just a bit of a giggle, a bit of a laugh, as I've always said. But it's a light, super fruity, not chewy, not synthetic, because there's no juices gone into it, has there? It's absolutely lovely, it really is. As me spot. I'm hoping by the next video my spots will have gone and you can see what little hair I've got left. I don't wear hats all the time. I wear hats. People wear hats for style, don't they? I wear hats for protection. I'm ginger. Yeah, I am ginger. If I'm outside, even for a short period, in 17 degrees, I need to protect. I need to get every precaution. I can remember once when I was young, don't know, so when I left school I did a bricklaying apprenticeship. I didn't do it for long. I decided I was fed up of getting cold in the winter. So that didn't last forever. But I picked up enough. And I can remember my in-laws moving into a house and they wanted a base putting down for a summer house. So I went and did that. My wife was at work, so I went off to do it. Boiling hot day. No shirt on, no suntan lotion on. Came home after doing it thinking, I don't feel very well, I feel a bit sick. So I went in the shower. Nice cool shower. Oh, that's burning. Oh, I ended up being sick. And my wife came home from work, found me on the sofa, just in a pile of mess. I was headache. I was vomiting. I felt awful. So she rehydrated me, bless her, and I was all right after. But I learnt my lesson that day, and I don't know how old I was, 20 maybe. Yeah, been very, 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 very careful with the sun after that. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Not cool. So thank you for watching. Thank you, crossmylooof, for putting this together. It takes a bit of time to think about it. Some people like it, some people don't. I thought it was something to do, have a go at it. I know you can't tell. The only thing is, I've been thinking about this actually, I did want to mention it. If you didn't use them all, how do you know how much of what you're getting in that brew? I've used them all, so I know I'm getting an equal amount of each of the hops, aren't I? But if you're not going to use them all, what percentage, what percentage are you going to get of each hop? Because they're all mixed up, aren't they? That's interesting. I would always use all of them. Buy the amount, because you can buy from crossmylooof, you can buy the amount, can't you? Buy the amount you're going to use, and then you know you've got equal quantities of all them hops if you're going to buy multiple hops. Anyway, I am rambling. I've drank my beer, and I want another one. I want another one. It's just right. It's not too dry. It's not too sweet. It's a bit like the old Bears and Goldilocks. It's not too dry. It's not too sweet. It's just right. Thank you for watching. Again, I love you all. Cheers.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.